Well, hello, Arbonne. I am Executive National Vice President and Independent Consultant Mo Boeger.
And I am Independent Consultant and Executive Regional Vice President Tanya Powell.
And we're super excited today to walk you all through a one-on-one demonstration. And we are going to give you some verbiage as well as walk you through what we would say if we were doing a one-on-one, we were offering the business. Now, one of the things that we want you guys to know is there's no perfect way to do this. There's no absolute way to do this. The right way is what feels authentic and comfortable for you. We want you to be yourself. But we also want you to learn some skills that will make this easier and hopefully less intimidating. So Tanya and I are meeting for detox tea at my house. This is a one-on-one that I've been trying to set up for a while. She's a good friend of mine. So that's just a little bit of the background for our role play. So here we go. All right, well, I love that you decided to meet with me. I know I've been asking you about this for a while, and I want to be really, really mindful of your time. I want to hear all about the kids, and I want to hear how things are going with Butch. But I asked you here because I want to talk to you about Arbonne. And you told me you had about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So to kick this off, I just want to say thank you, and I want to ask you to keep an open mind.
Okay.
I would not have shared this business opportunity with you if I did not believe wholeheartedly that you would be amazing at this. And what I'm going to share with you today is just a business that you could consider as an opportunity to change your life, either as a plan B, as a plan A, as a supplemental income, or maybe just to enjoy the product. So you promise you'll keep an open mind?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So first of all, I want to ask you a question. If time and money were no object, what would you do if you had both?
Oh my goodness. Definitely pay off debt. Take that off my shoulders. My husband and I really love to travel. And as you know, we're empty nesters now.
Right.
So it would be really great to just be able to, experience the world and go travel a lot more. And honestly, to be able to take some of the financial burden off of him, it would be really, really nice.
Okay. So with that said, those are some of the biggest reasons why I wanted to share this with you. You talked about time, you talked about freedom, you talked about financial freedom, travel, spending more time together doing the things that you love. And that's exactly why I think that Arbonne would be a fit. Now, here's the deal. I'm not asking you to build an Arbonne business with me. I'm just asking you to take a peek and to listen to some of the reasons why this works and why it makes sense. Now, you know that 8.5 years ago, this was not going to be my path in life. I was busy with kids, and in my career as a neuroscience professor, I never thought I would do something like this. But in a nutshell, these are the things that I heard when I was first introduced to Arbonne. And I think that they speak to the values that you're talking about wanting, to explore. So the first thing is that just Arbonne, health and wellness company, nutrition, wellness, products from the cradle to the grave, you name it. We've got products for your kids, products for your parents, products for anti-aging, supplements, nutrition, cosmetics, skincare. From a products perspective, I know you're going to love everything we have to offer. But from a business perspective, I said yes to this business for some really simple reasons. The first is that every single product we sell in Arbonne is consumable. So let's just use this as an example, the detox tea.
Right.
You probably love it.
It's delicious.
Okay, so here's what I want you to think about. Once you drink that, if you decide that you develop a brand loyalty to it, you're going to buy more. Mm-hmm. Arbonne products are consumable. Once you use them, you need more. And that means return buyers, and that means reorders. That's great for a business owner to sell a product that is consumable. Okay, so kind of the second thing that I wanted you to hear is that all of our products are products that you use anyway. Did you drink tea before today?
Yes.
Okay, so here's another example. If I were just to ask you, how many personal care products did you use just to get ready for this appointment? Deodorant, toothpaste, mascara. Think about the list. How many products do you think you used just to get ready?
Oh gosh, probably maybe 40.
There you go. You're not alone. There's a lot of people like that. And so imagine that you had a piece of that pie where you were the person selling those products to people that people use anyway. It's not like you're asking them to use a product that they've never used or they don't already value. And that's one of the things I love about Arbonne and why I said yes. It just made sense. People already budget money for products that we sell. Okay? So kind of moving to the third thing, I know how much you value this, and this isn't a point that I have to hit home hard, but we have talked a lot about the power of health and wellness and how much it matters to you to have pure, safe ingredients. And Arbonne's promise is to have pure ingredients, the safest science, and to deliver results. And I won't say that we're getting older, but we are getting older.
It's the truth.
Okay. And so here's the deal. You and I both want benefits. We both want to see the results on our skin and in our body. And Arbonne makes that promise, so much so that there's even a 45-day money-back guarantee on every product. You're going to buy them anyway. Now you get to buy them with like an insurance plan. Yeah. And on top of that, the ingredients policy is everything that's right up your alley. And we could dive into that later when we talk products. But that's another reason that I thought of you. I know how much you value pure ingredients. So this is the piece that I really want you to consider. It's kind of the fourth reason why I think Arbonne works so well. And that is the time leveraging piece. I know how hard you work. I know that you're a slave to your job. And I know that the more you work, the more work your work gives you.
Yeah.
Here is where at Arbonne things are different. The more you work, basically you get paid on your effort, not on the hours you invest, on your effort. And how cool is that, right? So imagine that you had a business with your company where every time you sold something, you got a promotion, you elevated, you got a raise.
Nice.
Right? Well, in Arbonne, both things happen. We get paid when we sell product, and we get paid to mentor, coach, and train other people to do that. And this is where you get to leverage your time. Because imagine that I had 10 people that I taught and coached and trained to be Arbonne business owners. I get paid as if those 10 people were just me. And I really want you to explore this idea with me, because if you have 100 people, each working 10 hours, you get paid on, what's that?
10,000.
Thousands of hours.
I didn't know there was going to be a math quiz.
See, this is another reason why you'd be so great at Arbonne. You're great at math. And obviously, I'm doing this business and you don't have to be. So I really want you to think about what it would be like if you didn't have to work as hard, but instead you got to work smarter and you got to make even more. Now, this is another piece. Arbonne is sold in 7 countries. You don't just know people here in America who would be willing to work or who shower or eat or want great products. You know people in Canada. You have friends in Poland. Guess what? Arbonne is open in the United States, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Poland, Taiwan. We're also open in the UK, and we're opening in Germany. This is the ultimate leveraging of your time. And you want to travel.
I do. I totally want to travel. I haven't been to most of those places.
Right? Okay, so the last reason why I think that this works so well and why I know it's worked for me is literally my mentor locked arms with me. And she's taught and trained me how to be successful. And there's a whole team of people above her and next to her that have taught me how to build a successful business. And I would be your mentor, your coach, one of them who would teach and train you how to build a business. And not a lot of business owners can say that they have locked arms with a mentor and their mentor was with them. Now, I'm not going to build your business for you, but I want to build it with you. So tell me what you're thinking.
I mean, everything that you said definitely makes sense. I would be silly to argue those points. But
yeah,
I just don't know if I possibly can fit one more thing on my plate. I am a mom. I am working full time. My husband sometimes works out of town and I'm really involved. I don't know. It just seems like a lot. I can't take on another full-time job. So tell me kind of what that would look like.
You get paid on your effort. So I'm not making any promises, but for me, when I first got started, I was working 90 hours a week as a neuroscientist, and I added Arbonne in about 10 to 15 hours a week. And I think one of the common misconceptions is that people think that there's 40 hours in a week. There's not. There's 168. Tanya, you already know what life is going to look like if nothing changes.
Yeah.
What would life look like?
That's not a good picture.
Right? So what would life look like if we made this change? 10 to 15 hours a week working towards your dreams.
I mean, it would look really different.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you just really quickly, if you were to tell me where you sit right now, let me give you a scale. 1, you're like, Mo, I love the tea. I'm a products only gal. Okay, and that's totally fine. 2, Mo, I'm intrigued and I'm looking for more information. There is something here. Or 3, Mo, I'm a risk taker and I'm ready to lock arms with you and let you teach and train me how to build a business. Which one are you? 1, 2, or 3?
Well, I don't even believe that I'm saying this, but I kind of want to be a 3.
Okay, be a 3.
You know that I have not been happy at my job and I've been looking for something to get out of it. So, I mean, we have to talk money because money matters. So I would love to see the compensation plan, but if it's as good as you say it is, I think I'm going to give it a go.
I love it. Well, welcome to Arbonne.
Thanks.
All right, you guys. So this is actually a lot of like how our conversation went when I first introduced Arbonne to her. She was a 3 right out the gate, and it's because she did see the value. And what I hope you know is that we basically just spent 10 minutes doing a very miniature business opportunity. So here's a couple key points about a one-on-one. First of all, you want to kick things off and jump right into business. You heard how I said, I want to hear how Butch and the kids are doing, but I asked you over here to talk about Arbonne. So don't belabor the point. Don't spend a lot of time talking about soccer and how's your exercise class and how are your parents doing and how are the kids, because it makes for a very awkward segue to try to squeeze in Arbonne. Instead, start with Arbonne, and then we can spend the next 20 minutes of our coffee appointment talking about family and digging deeper into her why and the things that matter to her, okay? The second thing is to keep these appointments brief and to keep them to the time that you said you were going to adhere to. If you said 30 minutes of her time or his time, keep it to 30 minutes. This is not a 2-hour lunch and learn, okay? I want you guys to think in terms of short appointments. Imagine what you just heard Tanya say. She's busy, she works a lot, she has a family, she has a husband, she has obligations. Okay, so another point that I want you guys to think of is do not just talk. Listen, you heard me ask Tanya some questions. People will tell you how to sponsor them. And those answers were vital for me because they led down, let's just call it a rabbit hole for me to chase that conversation about, well, you want to travel more, and for me to build connection with her. I obviously know Tanya's story, but if I'm sitting with someone that I don't know, these questions become even more important. The next point is give the person at your meeting an assignment. So you notice that at the end or at the close, I gave her an assignment. And the assignment was, would you give me an answer? Are you a 1, are you a 2, or are you a 3? If you decide not to use the 1, 2, 3 close, you can also use an assignment like this. I think you probably noticed, right? I said that I'm a former neuroscientist. So you guys, I'm really good at giving people assignments as a former teacher. So here would be a different assignment to close out the one-on-one. So let's say that she says that she is a 3. My assignment is then for us to schedule an appointment to go over the compensation plan, to talk more about products, okay? Let's say that she is a 2 and she's curious and she wants to learn more. My assignment then is for her to give me 2 reasons why she would consider doing this and 2 hesitations. And then for us to get to the next thing. Maybe it's a business opportunity. Maybe it's a car presentation. Maybe it's booking a demo. Maybe the next thing is to get that product in her hand, right? That full-size anti-aging set that we often call the gold bag. Or right here, I have a nutrition set that I brought with me in a skincare sample. I want to get products in her hand. So my next assignment may be try these products and let's get you scheduled for the next appointment. Let's say she's a 1 and she's just interested in products. Then my next assignment is going to be to make sure she leaves with those samples so that she can tell me what she's thinking. And then from there, I would love to book a show with her. We're going to talk about that on another video. So another point that I want you guys to take home with you is to be cool, okay? Be cool, not creepy. That's kind of my motto. The idea is not to try to sell the entire Arbonne business at this one-on-one. The idea is to try to book the next appointment. What's the next thing? So be cool. Feel confident that you have something to offer someone. I'm not doing anything to Tanya. I'm doing something for her. And I believe that, so it allows me to lead with confidence. Does that mean that I might not be nervous, or does that mean that I might, or that I'm not nervous, or that I might not feel totally confident that I'm going to get every word out perfect, or I'm not going to make mistakes? Of course not. You saw me fumble even a few times in this video, but you guys, I love this. It almost doesn't matter what you say if you say it with authenticity or enthusiasm, and that I borrowed from one of the leaders on my team. The other thing I want to say is make sure they do leave with products, because I went over the business with Tanya, but imagine that the detox tea was the first product she'd ever tried. It's important that she see the rest of our catalog and that she has an opportunity to get her hands on something. So make sure you come prepared and they leave with products. And then the last point that I would like to make is to schedule a follow-up appointment. Schedule it right then and there and make sure that you emphasize the importance of that appointment. So mine sounds something like this. Okay, so we've scheduled our next appointment. We're going to meet tomorrow in the evening, and we're going to talk about some of the details, the comp plans, etc. But here's one of the things that I want you to do. I want you to promise me that you're going to keep the appointment. Sometimes when people get really excited about this business opportunity, they go home and sleep on it, or they go talk to somebody and they start diving through all the reasons why they wouldn't work, or they dive into this kind of stinking thinking. I want you to just keep our appointment. Imagine that I'm your hairstylist. You would never cancel on her.
Never.
Right?
It's cardinal rule.
All right. So don't cancel on me. Let's keep this appointment and let's keep this dialogue going.
For sure.
Okay. So you guys, the reason I close with that is that I take my business seriously, and I want people to know that I take this seriously, meaning their commitment to me that they're going to keep their word and they're going to keep the follow-up. So don't hesitate to say something like that. And that's the important piece about helping people see the value of obligation. And you guys, obligation works in our favor in this business. It's one of the reasons why I attended my very first Arbonne event was out of obligation to my best friend who invited me. And guess what? That best friend is now a 3-wide ENVP. I am so glad I went out of obligation because it changed my life and it's changed Tanya's and many, many others. So do you have any take-home points that you want them to know about the one-on-one?
You know, just to reiterate, just to be honest, I always tell people, just tell the truth. If you're nervous, go ahead and tell them. Gosh, I have been wanting to talk to you about this for so long, and I don't know why I'm so nervous because I believe so much in what this business has to offer. I just don't want to mess it up. You know,
Right.
like I've said that before, like, okay, I may stick my foot in my mouth, but that's just because I want to make sure that I do this the best way I can so that you can really see how good this is and how great this could be for you. So go ahead and be honest with people, tell them the truth, and don't try to talk them out of their hesitations. You know, we get hesitations from people, and sometimes, I mean, they're always very real to them. Mine was time. Another thing was that I didn't want to be one of those pushy, you know, network marketing salespeople that my friends would dodge in the grocery store, right? And Mo never said, well, that's unreasonable, or, well, that doesn't make any sense. Or, you know, she used that feel, felt, found, right? Where she's like, you know, I totally know how you feel. I don't want to be that person either. So let's not.
Right.
Let's not be creepy. Let's be cool. Let's just serve people and tell the truth. So honor their hesitations and their reservations, and then just be cool about it and talk through them and say, you know what? I totally understand that. I felt that same way. And this is what I found. The cool thing is you get to sneak it in the little nooks and crannies of your life. And I've found it possible to do that, and it really pays off. So just being cool about it and being relatable, I think, is just the key. And you really can't say the wrong thing to that right person, because if you're excited and you're telling the truth, they're going to want to know more, or they're at least going to allow you to continue dripping on them.
Right. And at the very least, they're going to leave a person of the product. You guys, these products sell themselves. And that's one of the things I love about this business is that if they're not a fit for the business, then they're going to be a fit for our pure, safe, and beneficial philosophy. They use these products anyway. They may just not have known that this brand exists. And now we get to tell them about the Arbonne Advantage. So thank you.
Yay. Thanks, guys.